Without far-sightedness, there will be immediate worries. Without considering the future, one will inevitably have immediate worries. The knowledgeable enjoy water. The virtuous enjoy mountains. The wise and virtuous delight in water and mountains, respectively. Do not impose on others what you do not desire for yourself. Do not impose on others what you yourself do not want. In dealings with friends, let your word be trustworthy. When making friends, one must be trustworthy. Gentlemen are harmonious, yet diverse, while petty people are uniform, yet discordant. Gentlemen maintain harmony without blindly conforming, while petty people engage in disharmony by following the crowd. The passing of time is like this, unceasing day and night. The passing of time is like flowing water, ceaseless day and night. Like cutting and polishing, like carving and grinding. Perfecting one's character is akin to carving jade or sculpting stone. It requires effort. If the paths differ, there is no cooperation. When positions and perspectives differ, there is no point in discussing plans. At 15, I set my mind on learning. At 30, I stood firm. At 40, I had no doubts. At 50, I understood destiny. At 60, my ear was receptive to different viewpoints. At 70, I followed my heart's desires without overstepping bounds. Confucius said, at 15, I set my mind on learning. At 30, I'd established my footing. At 40, I was free from doubts. At 50, I understood the mandate of heaven. At 60, I could discern the truth in different opinions. At 70, I could do as I pleased without overstepping boundaries. By reviewing the old and learning the new, one can become a teacher. By constantly reviewing what one has learned, new and deeper knowledge can be obtained, thus enabling one to become a teacher. Gentlemen encompass without comparison, while petty people compare without encompassing. Gentlemen unite the masses without colluding, while petty people form factions without uniting the masses. To know what one knows and what one does not know is true knowledge. To know what one knows and what one does not know is true wisdom. If this can be tolerated, what cannot? Regarding the actions of Jishu, Confucius said, he used the emperor's dance in his own courtyard. If this can be tolerated, what cannot? To listen to hearsay and spread it is to abandon virtue. Spreading rumors without verification is to abandon morality. To learn the way in the morning and die in the evening is sufficient. To understand the truth in the morning and die in the evening is worthwhile. Within the four seas, all are brothers. In the vast world, there are friends wherever one goes. Gentlemen are instructed by righteousness, while petty people are instructed by self-interest. Gentlemen understand righteousness, while petty people understand self-interest. Upon seeing the virtuous, one should reflect on oneself. Upon seeing the unvirtuous, one should introspect. Upon encountering the wise, one should aspire to emulate them. Upon encountering the unwise, one should reflect on oneself. It is difficult to be poor without complaint, and easy to be rich without arrogance. Virtue does not stand alone. It will surely have neighbors. A person of moral integrity will not be isolated. There will inevitably be those who are close to them. Decayed wood cannot be carved, and a wall of dung cannot be plastered. Describing someone as uncarvable as decayed wood or unpaintable as a dung wall generally indicates disappointment in that person. Judge their words by their actions. When judging a person, one should consider their words, observe their actions and behaviors to fully understand them. Quick-witted and eager to learn, not ashamed to ask those beneath. Describing someone as intelligent and eager to learn, willing to seek advice from those less knowledgeable. Think thrice before acting. Before acting, one must think 3 times. Substance over form is rustic. Form over substance is ornamental. Substance and form must both be present for one to be a gentleman. Gentility precedes nobility. Inner simplicity surpasses external elegance, appearing uncouth. External elegance surpasses inner simplicity, appearing exaggerated and insincere. Only when both elegance and simplicity are balanced can one become a gentleman. Those who know are not as good as those who enjoy. And those who enjoy are not as good as those who find joy. Those who know about a cause are not as good as those who love it. And those who love it are not as good as those who enjoy practicing it. Fine words and an engaging appearance rarely signify benevolence. Those who are overly sweet-tongued and always smiling often lack compassion. To silently understand, to learn without tiring, to teach without weariness, what more could one ask for? Reflecting on which aspects of the 3, memorizing knowledge, learning without satisfaction, and teaching without weariness, one has achieved. Wealth and status gained through injustice are as fleeting as clouds. Obtaining wealth and status through unjust means is as uncertain as clouds. In a group of 3, there must be a teacher. Choose to follow the good and correct the bad. Within a small group, there must be someone who can serve as a teacher. Choose to learn from their strengths and reflect on your own weaknesses. The gentleman is open and frank, while the petty person is always worried. Gentlemen have broad hearts, while petty people are often anxious and sorrowful. A scholar cannot be without broad-mindedness and perseverance, for the task is heavy and the path long. Those with aspirations must have an open mind and strong will, as the burden is heavy and the road is long. If not in the position, Do not plan for the policy. If you are not in that position, do not concern yourself with matters pertaining to it. Broad learning and earnest aspiration. Questioning deeply and reflecting closely. Benevolence lies within. By extensively studying and researching, firming up one's aspirations, earnestly posing questions, and relating them to practical situations, benevolence can be achieved. An army can lose its commander, but a commoner cannot lose his aspirations. An army can lose its commander, but a man must not lose his aspirations. Only when the year's cold do we know the toughness of pine and cypress. Only in the coldest time of the year do we realize that pines and cypresses are the last to fade. The gentleman cultivates the good in people, not the evil. Gentlemen promote good deeds for others, not aiding in wrongdoing like petty people. A scholar who aspires to the way should feel ashamed of poor clothing and food, for they are not fit for discussion. It is not worth conversing with someone who pursues truth, but is ashamed of simplicity. To plan for others without loyalty. To interact with friends without trust. To transmit without practice. Every day, reflect on whether you have exerted yourself in helping others, whether you have been sincere in your friendships, and whether you have thoroughly studied what you teach. If one's conduct is correct, action follows without command. If one's conduct is not correct, even with command, there is no compliance. With proper conduct, people will act voluntarily, even without commands. With improper conduct, people will not obey even with commands. Desire for speed leads to failure. Pursuit of small gains leads to failure in big endeavors. Do not pursue quick success, nor covet small gains. Pursuing quick success will often lead to failure, and coveting small gains will prevent great achievements. What is past cannot be admonished. What is to come can still be pursued. The past cannot be undone, but the future can still be corrected. Those who rarely lose sight of the agreements are few. Those who can restrain themselves often make fewer mistakes. To learn and review in due time. Is this not delightful? To have friends come from afar, is this not joyful? To be misunderstood by others yet not resentful, is this not the mark of a gentleman? Learning and constant review are joyful activities. Having distant friends visit is a delightful occurrence. If others do not understand me, I do not blame them. Am I not also a gentleman? Scholars of ancient times studied for themselves. Scholars of today study for others. In ancient times, people studied to improve themselves. Nowadays, people study to show off to others. To see profit and think of righteousness. To see danger and offer one's life. That is true greatness. When encountering profit, one should think of righteousness. When encountering danger to the nation, one should be willing to sacrifice one's life. That is true greatness. The gentleman does not promote a person based on words, nor does he discard words based on the person. Gentlemen do not select talents based on their words, nor discard their words due to their flaws. Fine words disturb virtue. Failure to endure small matters leads to disorder in great plans. Smooth talk undermines morality. Impatience with small matters leads to ruin in great endeavors. Do not worry that others do not understand you. Worry that you do not understand others. Do not fear others not understanding you. Fear yourself not understanding others.